Hi, my name is Mike. If you found this video, you might already know that URL parameters are a great way for websites to pass non-sensitive information between pages. The question is, how do we access this information dynamically using JavaScript? Luckily, the answer is fairly simple. Before we get started though, we'll need a bare-bones HTML file to develop and test our code. I've gone ahead and created this HTML file already to save some time. As you can see here, the template contains the doc type declaration, a head section that includes the title and char set, and an empty body section. The body is empty since we'll be validating our code with the browser's web console, and therefore won't be displaying anything on the rendered page. Now that we have the template file in order, let's load the template in the browser and create a sample query string so we have something to work with. I'll create one parameter called page and set it equal to products. And then I'll add another parameter called item number and set that equal to 4749. Now we can press enter to reload the page with our custom URL, and then we move on to the JavaScript development. For this tutorial, we'll be creating some inline code to save time, so let's add some script tags inside the head section. Next, we should make a function to wrap our code so we can use it multiple times on our page. Let's call it getParameter. Then we'll add a function parameter called parameterName. This will let us pass data into our function. Inside the function, we'll be using a URL search params object to process our URL. So let's create a variable called parameters and set it equal to new URL search params. Before the URL can be processed, it needs to be passed into the constructor. To do this, we'll type out window.location.search. This returns the query, aka search segment of a URL. Let's visualize this by going to our browser console and entering window.location.search. As you can see, this returns the URL starting from the question mark and ends after our last parameter value. Going back to our code, we now have a URL search params object stored in the variable parameters, and is initialized with the appropriate part of our sample URL. That's great, but how do we access the value of a specific parameter? This is done by using the get method. All we have to do is type parameters.get. Then we can pass in the name of the parameter that we're interested in. In this case, we just pass in the value of parameter name, since it will contain the string that is passed into the function. Lastly, we want to return the resulting value from the function, so we need to add the return keyword to the beginning of this line. At this point, our function is complete and it's time to test it out in our browser. Let's save our changes and then refresh the page. First, we'll try to get the value that's stored in the page parameter. Simply type out getParameter and pass in the string page. As you can see, we get the desired value, products. Next, we can try item number. However, this time, we don't get the expected result. Instead, we receive the value of null. This happened because the get method is case sensitive and will return null whenever a parameter name isn't found. Now let's try item number again with an uppercase N. This time, we get the correct value, 4749. And that's it. You have just made a simple function that searches for URL parameters and returns their values. If you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see future coding tutorials, feel free to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out. Links to all the source code and reference materials can be found in the video description. Thanks for watching.